So what's the one big thing that new PhD students believe is actually going to happen in their life that is probably a flaw? It's probably not true. And that is that you can put in one little thing, you can make a discovery in a certain area, and all of a sudden your life is going to change. And we have this view. I used to do this. I still do this today. It's not necessarily a new phenomenon for me. But I think that I'm going to read this one thing, or I'm going to learn this one technique, and it'll be fundamentally changed. And it doesn't happen like that. What ends up happening, it's the same story every single day. You put in just a little bit of work, and you hope that something happens, and yet nothing happens. I want you to look at this YouTube channel, and you'll see that there's thousands of videos that I put up since I started this 7 years ago. Every day I put out more videos. Every day I talk to you. Every day I try to show you what my life is actually like. And you'll see that it's extraordinarily boring, except for punctuated by the odd kind of exciting thing that happens. Like this summer I went to Italy, but most of my life and most of what you're going to experience is the day-to-day. You get up, you do the same thing, and you keep trying. And you have to get into this belief that it's really not about getting to that one little thing that's going to happen to you. It might happen to some people, but it doesn't typically happen to everybody. And what ends up happening is you just put in one little bit. Same with these videos. One person every so often bumps into them and they resonate with it. But most of the time, nobody watches them. Most of the time, it's pretty ordinary. Most of the time, it's pretty boring. And yet, I still do this. Yet, I still keep trying to encourage you to get up, try this every day. I keep building this platform. I don't expect a heck of a lot to change on a given day. And I want you to recalibrate how you view the world. I know this is going to be very difficult for all of you to think about. It's not about this sort of extraordinary thing that happens to you. It's about the fact that you just get up and you just do the same thing. And you do it over and over and over and over again. And I know that there is a lot of people that tell you otherwise, but frankly, it's not the truth. You will hear a lot of, you need to do this, this, and this, and everything is going to come together. And it just does not happen like that. You will realize that it's just getting up, doing the same thing, repeating over and over and over again. And I wish I can convince more of you early on. I wish more people can actually see this so they can understand that the profession, what we do, what scientists do, what researchers do, what university professors do, what PhDs do, what most people do in this world is just get up and do the same thing every day. You're a bricklayer building that amazing cathedral. I often think about that. What was it like to be the bricklayer? Nobody's going to recognize you. Nobody's going to talk about you. Nobody's ever going to understand what you did. But you were the bricklayer that put the thousands and thousands of bricks together to build that beautiful cathedral. Nobody's ever going to recognize what you actually did. And that's your job. That's what it means to be a researcher. That's what it means to do good things in this world. That bricklayer built the foundation, built the beautiful infrastructure that's there for thousands of years sometimes. And I want you to imagine yourself as not the sort of celebrity and like the Cleopatras of the world and the Caesars of the world and all those people that get recognized and everything. But your job is to be a bricklayer, to do brick by brick by brick. And every day you're just putting one more brick. Every day it's the same thing for you to actually build this beautiful pyramid or cathedral. And you're just doing the same thing every day. And once you get into that belief, then it's easy to get going. It's easy to recognize that you're not going to make that much of a difference in this world. But how you actually make a difference is you just repeat over and over and over again. And there's not going to be a spectacular thing. Cleopatra or Caesar is not going to come to you and say, I want to make you the world's most famous bricklayer. What's going to happen is you're just going to lay another brick, and you're going to hope like hell that it actually gets recognized someday, but it's not going to get recognized. So you just lay another brick. You just do it brick by brick by brick. And it's a boring process, but that's how good things happen. That's what it means to be a good researcher. That's what it means to be a good scientist. That's what it means to be a good PhD, is you just do brick by brick by brick by brick. And many days it's not going to work out. And you just got to be like, okay, let's just keep going. This all crumbled. This brick crumbled, but I'm just going to keep going. I want you to get that into your head, that it's a slow and boring process. And that's the entire thing. That's what it's like. One day at a time, building and building and building and building. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day.